I am just so excited, and I'm here with Lermy and Ajax. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Glad to hear it. It's a great day to do.
We're recording.
Grades.
We're
So
good.
we
Thank
have
you,
so
guys.
much to go over today. We have 8-10 bonus. We have community news. We have 8-11 with all of its balance and all kinds of changes coming. And then, of course, the Transformers Battle Pass, which I am so hyped to get to. But there's so many good things between us and there that we just got to get rolling. So we're going to start off with 8-10 bonus, which is going to be going live November 2nd. This is the bonus for the Kalina update. So let's start off with
we
with
don't even know the bonus
Spectral Armor's getting a
bonus
nerf.
patch.
What's going on with that, Lermy?
Yeah, so Spectral Armor is kind of your one-stop shop when it comes to anti-crit. It has been kind of a little bit too good in that regard, where you can
Mercury
just pick it up
one-shot
and that's kind of all you need to
still
do
lives.
against crit. You know, it kind of feels like for a lot of those characters that are building the crit into this item that,
Bro,
okay, well now I've
Spectral's
wasted a
dumb,
lot
I'm
of gold
sorry.
on this, so we're kind of toning it down just
It's
a
like the
smidgen,
only
right?
item
It's
in the
still
game
going
that
to be that
fully
very
counters
good
something.
niche anti-crit item, but we don't want it to be, again, the one-stop shop.
Hey, 5% less damage. Woo!
Yeah, sounds good.
It is still. It's
That's
gonna be one
actually all
stop
of the
still.
items for bonus, but we have some gods to talk about. So let's get into the gods. Set's getting a nerf. Actually, what's that looking like, AJ?
This character, you know, runs those ranked queues real hard. And we're even seeing this now show up in non-jungle roles, which, you know, we've seen a little bit in the past. But
ADC
my man
playing
Betty
Cyclone
Q
playing
made
an
it real
ADC, dude.
popular to be running some non-traditional mid laners even recently. We've seen Cyclone on set in ADC. So just looking to take this character's damage down a little bit. What we're doing is with the spawn of Set, decreasing the dash damage. So that is actually like when you throw a skewer, that's the dashing spawn of Set. The second hit is being decreased, and then since the spawn of Set has built-in damage reduction for multiple clones, that's actually going to decrease the damage of the further
so
hits
they're
as
hitting
well.
the two
So really what
stack
this is doing
damage
is
super
kind
hard.
of taking down that
I
super
think
top
Set's
end
still
where you
gonna
just
be
get
OP.
bursted by
Well,
getting
strong,
hit by like
not OP.
5 perfectly intersecting clones. It's going to take that down a little bit, really trying to keep him a
Inboned is
little bit
here?
more
Would've been
regulated,
boned.
because we know Set has a, you know, absolutely incredibly high skill cap. So
Yeah.
taking that down a notch, hoping that he can still see some play in the jungle, but kind of trying to discourage him just kind of running the game mode from any role.
Sounds good. Next up, Nike getting a nerf to Symbol of
the
Zeus. What's
fuck?
happening there, Lermy?
So Nike has been running the solo lane a little bit recently. She just feels very tanky
Bro, yeah,
come the
she-
late game, you know, with the
Dude, I
mystical
had that
mail
full
builds and
defense
being able to throw a
Nike
lot of health
just
into her
slaughtered me with a
build.
full
I mean, health
damage
is
build
just
in
a
the
pretty
jungle.
good stat all around right now, and Nike is like one of the #1 abusers in that game for that stat. So we just want to make it a little bit less, not good for her to build health, but like even if you are building health, you're going to be putting a little bit less of that into your shield. So we're going to be taking that top end down and, you know, a little bit less contributing into that shield. So hopefully in the late game, she feels a little bit less unkillable.
Sounds good. Always like to be able to have those fair fights where you have the chance to win. Cthulhu is also getting a nerf, it looks like, on Descent into Madness. That looking like, Ajax?
Speaking of health, here we have a very similar
The fuck
nerf
was that
compared to
snap?
Nike. Cthulhu's ult does buff his max health quite a large amount, and he can build into that and become
They're just
very
trying to hit
tanky.
solo lane
Taking that
gods
down a
that
little
are
bit, and then
fucking
also
stupid.
decreasing this damage he can
They're
do with the
nerfing
Sever
two
attack, which
solo
is
lane
kind of
gods
like
that take
basic
0
attack
skill to
of
play
his
in the solo
ultimate.
lane.
He just has a lot of damage output he can do if you get hit by multiple instances of this. So taking it down a little bit, more so skewing towards the late game. Again, we've seen Nike kind of running that solo
Why
lane.
are they
and
playing
we're just
like
trying to take
Call
them
of
down a
Duty
notch
lobby music
just
in the
as we
background?
approach this competitive pro end of the season. Hopefully taking these top picks down will open up the lane to a few more options. And, you know, in case Nike and Cthulhu weren't enough, we've got one more primary solo laner here. Nerf coming up at next on
I
the
thought that
list.
was like something else playing.
Yeah, you said it. It's Odin. He's getting a nerf to
Yes,
both
I
Ring of
joined
Spears
that.
and the Raven Shout. So, I mean, Lermy, let's continue the trend. What's with this nerf?
So Odin historically has been a hard counter to a lot of characters, I guess specifically, or even if he doesn't hard counter
I'm
your
sure it
comp,
is
you almost
Transformers
always
based,
want to
but it
go
reminds
Phantom
me of
Veil
Call of
against
Duty
him,
lobbies.
and that just alone will pressure your comp to do something specific, right? To either go into the leaps, go into the Phantom.
Why nerf
any of
Odin? Because
those
Odin's
things.
OP.
So we kind of want to, you know, make that less of something that people have to deal with all the time. We see Odin top banned very frequently because of the threat of that.
That's a big
going
fucking
into
health change on the
drafting and
shield. What the
competitions and things of
fuck?
that nature. So we just want to make him
Just casually
feel a
lost
little bit
60
less
HP.
threatening in that regard, and also in taking down the shield health from Raven Shout. We want to make
just
sure
lost, like,
that
a fifth
that
of his
is,
health.
you know,
Holy
tampering
fuck.
him a little bit when he gets to that late game form of being that really beefy frontliner who can keep popping this shield on a low cooldown.
Sounds good. Speaking of big, like, strong characters, Yamoja getting a nerf too. She hard to play against her, man. Those heals are crazy. It looks like Mending Waters is getting a nerf this time. So what's that about, Ajax?
Bro, at some
We've
point,
been really closely focusing on Yamoja specifically through pro
just
play.
fucking give up.
This character has taken quite a few nerfs.
Yeah, you think so, Ajax?
I know that's frustrating
Like
some people
15?
who out there who are really, dedicated to this goddess, but she's still one of the top picks in the entire game, especially at high skill levels. So this character has a lot of potential. After a lot of discussing with the pros and with the balance team, we did look to try to find a few ways to continue to
make
mitigate
it so
her
the one
in those
doesn't
situations
stun,
that pros tend to use the most, right?
and then her
So we're hoping that
utility
the
falls
average
off
player
so
wouldn't notice
hard.
this type of nerf that much. Playing her in assault and other modes, arena, joust where you're grouped up more, that bounce range not going to matter as much. As well as the ability to stack that shield. It is a really powerful pivot the character can do between locking people down, dealing damage, or just focusing really hard on healing and shielding her team. Even Polar Bear Mike, I believe, said it once that even when he plays Yamoja, he doesn't ever feel like he played any fight 100% perfectly because she has so much decision making going on here. So just taking down that healing and shielding a little bit, making her have a little bit harder time keeping her teammates alive, pushing her more towards the aggression focus on the goddess, and as we're going to continue
Honestly,
to strive to
rework
get
her
Yamoja
out of the
not out of
the
pro
Omi
play,
and
but
just
at
give her
least down
mana
to like a 50%
and make her have a normal
pick ban or
abilities.
something like that, which she has
Fuck
been
it.
higher than that pretty
That was a
much
nice
for the last
try.
2 years. So we do owe it to the players to keep striving for that balance point, although it's going to be difficult to hit. I'm really feeling good about this one though. I'm hoping we won't have to touch it for a while.
And always
No,
walking
she's not
that razor's
spamming
edge.
more.
Never
You
an
add
easy thing to
cooldowns
do.
to her fucking
Next up, we
ass.
have Geb getting
Good
a nerf
long
as well to
cooldowns and mana
Cataclysm.
base. You're trolling.
What's going on there, Lermy?
So we've been kind of hammering away at this Cataclysm number over the past few patches, and Geb is still incredibly valued in the Pro League, and we're honestly really happy to see that he is, right? Because he's been kind of out of meta for a while, and he's a really exciting character to see played, so we're happy about that, but we still think that this is
Almost like
still
when they
a bit of a
announced
high
this, I was
number
like,
on
holy
Cataclysm, so
fucking
again,
shit.
we're bringing it down just a little bit. We're, again, happy
This
to
is
see
the
him being
second nerf
played,
to
but
it already.
maybe he's
It
a
was
little bit
nerfed
too
before the
good.
patch went live.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like
Got it.
900
And finally,
and now it's 550?
to end this section of balance in the gods, we have Uller getting a nerf to Bladed Arrow. So what's going on there, Ajax?
Whoa, shit.
Yeah, this god can jump
10%
so many
scaling.
percentage points off
He's
of
fucked. Don't play him
anything,
anymore,
really.
boys. He's garbage now.
Really, what we did,
What
we
will we ever
underestimated
do?
a bit how much the items would impact him. He did go up a bit. His popularity, he went from one of the lowest played hunters in the game to the most played hunter in the game in like a single patch, which is pretty crazy. Most gods don't jump that far. We thought he might come up a little bit, but he went up further than we thought.
Bro,
So
these
we're
are
just,
two of the most
taking
annoying
back
gods
down
in the game because they're
power
too good
scaling.
and
I
too easy to
believe this
fucking
is
play.
straight up
Geb and Wolf.
revert from a buff we did previously where he's got enough help from the itemization. He doesn't need that 10% scaling. Toning that back down, hoping to bring a few more hunters out into the meta. And as you've seen, with the spectral armor nerf, it's effectively a crit buff.
I
So we
remember
are
when
looking into
they were
some other
announcing the
ways you'll
buffs
see
to
in the
Jotuns
next,
and
main patch
Crusher
notes to
and
bring more
Brawlers
hunters and more hunter playstyles
and
back.
Heartseeker and all that shit, and I was like,
Awesome. Excited
That means
to hear
Ul's
about
gonna
it.
be
And
OP.
that does it for 810 bonus
And a bunch of you are
balance.
like, no,
So,
no.
Again,
Bro,
that is coming
yes,
out
yes,
November 2nd. You
yes.
can look out for that. You can also check the bonus patch notes for 810 to see all of that in writing if you feel like you missed anything. But from there, let's move on to the skins that are coming out with the bonus patch. I'm excited. And first up, we have from the Odyssey. The Odyssey Perilous Seas continues to push onward. And we have Geomancer Persephone. So let's take a look at that.
Oh, yeah.
She's so
Ooh.
pretty. I
I
love the
love the green.
emerald
Okay, I'm
jade
down for the
look.
colors.
That's so nice.
So
this
nice.
is an
I
exploration in a
absolutely love
new
it.
theme, which I always get really excited about. Creating new themes, even though we have so many and we keep pushing ourselves to find new ones. So I'm really happy with the team
Wow.
for exploring some more, trying something new and different. And yeah, I think it turned out great.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I love how elegant it is. I love all of the, like you said, Lermy, just the emerald look is so good.
Is the card art dramatically different colors than
let's
this, or
let's
am I
hear the voice
trolling?
on. Let's see what she sounds like.
Let them ride on the battlefield and fight in vain. They are no match for my army.
And no match
So
they shall be.
elegant.
Like it's a completely different
super
color.
excited about that.
Dope skin.
So next up we have
the colors are kinda
Nightbringer Demon.
dull.
I always say his name wrong. Sablanque? Is that?
Yeah,
I've practiced
Shibbolante.
these names. I promise. It's Sablanque. Yeah.
Usually
so
we say
looks so good.
Gibelunke with a little extra
Gibelunke.
j at the
Are
beginning.
you sure it's not
Got
a
it.
X-Belon-Q?
No, that's probably it.
Everyone just says X-Bal for short. That's okay.
Well,
One of
there we
my
go.
favorite hunters, my original most played hunter on my
X-Balls.
account.
I actually like
getting a
Shibbolante as a god.
demon theme,
playing
which
it.
is a cool mix-up from his. He's all about darkness, but here we actually have some fire, which is a nice contrast for him, and still a dark theme overall, though, so it plays well into his kit with his moon mechanics.
Ew, what's going on with his legs?
I'm
bro? What
excited
the
to see the
fuck?
ult on this one. I'm sure it's going to be incredible looking. And look at that. That's so great.
Boy's got liver spots.
Oh, the little flame effects on his cloak and his shield, and especially on those bolas, man. Look
Are
at
those
them.
skulls he's just whipping around?
Oh my god, they
I
are!
think it
That's
is.
so cool.
That's so
That's pretty
good.
metal.
Yeah, it's so metal. I love the teeth and
legs
the
look like a
claws and
Slim
everything. Oh,
Jim.
it's such a great skin.
Oh my
Let's
god.
let's see what he sounds like. Let's hear that voice.
I gave up my soul for power, and I intend to use that power.
No, I feel like that voice is used on like every god in
And I
Smite.
am afraid of when you use it on me in arena to blind me in the middle of a team fight. So cool. That is awesome. Next up, we have the glitch chest, and we will be getting Bit Builder Vulcan.
Oh,
That's
Okay,
great.
that's actually sick looking skin.
this was
So-
another
oh
relatively
my
new theme we
gosh.
tried out with Tsukuyomi was the first one we did a little bit.
I wanna see
back,
the
and This is
abilities.
a new take on it with
Yeah.
a different.
I
role,
hope the abilities look
a
different.
mage and a different, more armored up
potential.
style, which I think really shows off this.
Vulcan has
this,
so many
theme really
skins,
well.
but honestly,
I
like
totally
they all get
agree.
boring
The
real quick.
colors are great, and like the style. I love the hair.
Oh
too. I
yeah,
don't know.
that's sick. Okay, that's
Oh,
actually
the pixel
really
flips.
fucking dope.
It's
Yo!
so good.
The
I have
stylized
been-
heads too just are
Looks like
so,
he's straight
they have
out of
so
a
much
fucking
character and fun in them.
toddler
Like, I
TV
really-
show,
I really
to be
like them.
honest, but it still looks cool.
Oh yeah, they really do. And I've been told that they incorporated a lot of retro 8-bit SFX and sounds into this skin. So I heard it works really well with it, and it's gonna sound really great in game.
Buff, do more,
So,
play him in the
super
jungle.
exciting. I love the look of it. Let's see what the voice sounds like.
A new level, a new challenge. I cannot wait to see what's in store for us.
Told you, straight from a toddler show, bro.
It
I like to
suits
think
him
of him
so
as
well.
the
It's a good skin. I like that.
He's the
that's
morale
that's probably the
booster
skin
of
I'll
the
use on
team.
Vulcan whenever I play him now.
Tsukuyomi was like the kind of protagonist,
What's up,
like,
Kershaw?
loner hero, and this is like the true support
Looks
backup.
like a
Like, he's
dwarf?
the tech support anytime you need help.
What,
Vulcan's
like-
got your back.
I guess he
I
was kind of
totally- I couldn't
short-ish
agree
here, and
So
I
next
guess- I
up,
don't know.
and the
I
last
don't see
skin
it so
for
much.
the bonus update, we have the Schmexy chest and Candy Shop Achilles. And oh boy. Whew.
Shout outs to the
Hello.
community here.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
how's it
big
going?
Shout out. This
You rock,
this skin
please
has
nerf.
Oh yeah. This skin has a very interesting story, but to cut it all short, it's a community concept. Thank you,
Needs to
Jagu
play,
for this one.
um,
It's just
Lollipop.
Look at it, it's fantastic.
whenever you
I love
fucking
it.
pick
It's
him.
been a long time coming.
It sure has. I feel like I've been hearing about this skin for months now. Look
so
at that.
Zeus
Ooh,
chose
he's
this
looking
outfit for the
fancy.
turnaround. Do we have both outfits for the turnaround?
I'm not sure. I do know.
I guess you'll
that
just
this
have
skin-
to play the skin yourself to see him in action.
Take
You'll
off
have
the
to.
suit.
And if you do play it, I hear that there is a
Is that a
wonderful
Sims model?
VXG that is definitely worth checking out. So this is
One of the
definitely one y'all are gonna have
highest
to enjoy.
production quality special emotes.
The weapon,
ever.
Hey, dude, it's like Valentine's Day shit, bro. Relax.
So
I have to
Innovation
say,
is
Tootsie
always
Pop?
above and beyond on it.
it's phenomenal. I hope that every Achilles player in my games picks this skin up because it is just mwah, chef's kisses.
let's hear what he sounds like. Let's put the icing on the cake.
Welcome, welcome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And a
Okay,
show
should've
it
said
shall
before
be.
we
That's the
started
fourth
this
time
show
I've heard
today.
someone say chef's kisses.
Awesome.
Only
Is
I
the
had
saying
Achilles
not
confidence.
chef's kiss?
I heard that we get a very brief peek in game. Let's do that real quick.
Oh,
Or am I trolling?
Ooh, here we go.
Oh God.
Ooh,
there it is.
Oh,
okay.
there it is. That is
You
so
know
many
that
abs.
the meta dictates that you play the more aggressive.
Dude, Hyras asked me to send them a picture with my shirt off. I didn't know they were gonna use it in the
I mean,
game.
that's
What
the
the
meta,
fuck?
right?
Here's his
I didn't do
special
that.
emote.
The VXG.
I didn't send him a video,
My
dude.
goodness.
So y'all can look forward to that in game, coming with the bonus patch again, dropping on November 2nd. Get in there.
Didn't
Bring
go
the
that
fear.
far.
So now we have some community news, and there is a lot to talk about. First up, the reaping
Did
is
not go
going
work the
on right
poll,
now.
dude.
It's still going strong, and we still have plenty of
I
events.
didn't speak
So
way too soon.
currently, if you get 3 first wins of the day, you're going to win a Halloween avatar. That goes until tomorrow. So, you know, get in there and do that. Get those 3 wins of the day knocked out, so you get.
Oh,
that
I never
awesome,
used that
scary
Cupid skin. I
free
forgot about
avatar.
it.
Let's look at it. Horrifying. Yeah, it makes me.
That avatar looks good in game. I was trying to find it because I thought I bought it, but I couldn't find it.
After that, from Friday until Sunday, so this weekend, we are having a gem storm. So the reaping is bringing the gem storm. So make sure you get in and play during the gem storm as well this weekend. You know, make sure you slot in some Smite time. And finally, there are a few contests actually Halloween themed going on in our Discord.
Cryptics.
And there's a horror story one going on alongside this, which we are super excited about, a pumpkin carving contest. So for those of you that are interested, you can still submit until 11:59 p.m. EST, October 29th. So deadline's coming up, but make sure you get in there, get your carve your Smite pumpkin, and submit for a chance to win a bunch of awesome prizes. So again, that's in the official Smite Discord. Make sure you hop in and
someone needs
check
to
it out.
carve my logo into a
help
pumpkin
you,
and then
understand the
send
rules
it
and see
into
what
high
you gotta
res,
do once you get in
and then
there.
I'll
That's
give you
super
1,000
exciting.
gems.
Past that,
What's up,
the
Kill Billy?
Bob Ross
Thank you for the
bundle
primer.
is actually live right now. So until October 31st to celebrate Bob Ross,
Where the fuck did this
the
come
bundle
from?
is back. So we're excited for y'all to be able to pick this up in game if you missed it. It hasn't been around for a while, and it's only going to be here until the 31st.
Dude,
so
that
make sure
meta
that
of Twitch
if y'all want a happy little
was
tree
something.
as a friend, make sure
There was
y'all
like
get in there
100,000
and,
people
pick one up,
watching
'cause
Bob
this skin
Ross
is
TV
absolutely
all day on
amazing,
Twitch.
and it's worth becoming a Sylvanas main for, honestly. Another great thing to mention is that the current Prime Gaming skin out right now is Krang.
Yes, that skin is a
go get
fucking
that.
amazing.
It's, again, with Prime Gaming, just go and claim it, and this awesome
With Prime
skin is
Gaming, you
yours.
can also
It's
sub to my
the only
stream
skin I'll
right
use for
now.
him right now. So
You saw what I
super
do for
excited
high
y'all to
res
be able to get
when they
that.
pay me.
And that's
I
going to
just-
last for
we
you
were
saw
on
a
the
while
poll and
for
everything.
this,
Imagine
but
what
on
I'll do for you
November
guys.
11th, you're also going to be able to go into Prime Gaming and claim the Retro Raphael Loki skin. So
Yeah, I
as
want
if
that
one
fucking skin.
awesome
That's a good
Teenage
skin.
Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover skin wasn't enough. There's another one coming.
up,
So make sure you get the one now, and make sure you keep
This
your eyes
skin
open in
is
November so that you can
like
get
these
this
skins are
one
all
as
fucking
well.
nuts, but having these like
because they're
them
just so great.
progressing into better
I don't
skins
know
is
why you
dope.
wouldn't want them. Finally, in community
Draco.
news, group stages for the SPL begin actually this weekend. They begin on Friday. They're running all weekend, and they will return next weekend as well. Again, starting Friday. So we've got a bunch of best of fives going on. It's going to be super exciting. Make sure y'all are tuning in on Twitch over the weekend.
might watch
and,
some
catching the
SPL.
hype, because they're going to be a lot of good games. So from there, let's move into quality of life. I hear there are some spicy quality of life changes coming, starting with a new ranked conquest draft system. Ajax, I'm going to pass the mic to you on this one.
All right, so now that we're talking about the main patch,
this is
all wrapped
huge.
up, the first thing in the main patch is the new ranked conquest draft system. So this is a long time community request. Getting it in this patch in 8.11.
Oh, they're gonna.
What
It's
gonna do
reducing
is
the amount of
allow
time it takes.
everyone on the team to get a ban, or everyone on both teams gets a ban. You're gonna get 10 total bans, one from each player on the friendly and enemy team. Everyone's gonna lock in their bans, and then all the bans will be revealed afterwards. Now, this does allow duplicate bans, so if both teams ban the exact same 5 gods, you will only have 5 gods banned.
I didn't know about this.
But
I know this is
a lot of
league.
players over the years have been really excited to be have more agency over their lobby, so
shit.
they'll be able to ban their own, ban the gods that they don't want to play
Can you
against, as
talk
opposed
first?
to relying on just one player to do
I don't
it.
even fucking we ban the same
And
gods as the other team,
They're
but your
also
own
going to
team.
be able to suggest which bans they might want their players to, their teammates to ban, or which picks they plan to pick, which is a feature we had in the game for a little while, but did remove.
Oh, you
So
can't
we're
ban the
bringing
same
that
god on
back.
the same team,
And
but
all of
opposite
this
teams.
also comes with tons of other changes. You really want to go read all this text. I know there's a lot of text flying by here. I don't want to walk through it all super specifically.
You can
because there's just
mark
lot
a
of
god you
details, but
intend to pick.
It is a generally
during the planning phase
that is used in the MOBA space.
It's up the one god they
competitive games
suggest
space,
their
people are
team
familiar
should
with it.
ban.
There are a couple other
Use this time to attempt
quick
to
notes
trade
be made.
roles.
One is that this only going to apply to conquest, not the other ranked modes. This is only going to apply to ranked. This is not going to be changing pro or competitive play at all. They're going to be continuing using the previous ban system.
They're doing this because picks and bans takes too long, and when there's dodges after a 10-minute queue, it makes you want to fucking lose your mind.
If you want to run pro scrims, you'll still continue using the exact same options you do right now. You don't need to change anything. We are changing some timings and some phases. One other really big important note to make on this is there will be no bank time anymore. As we're going for a faster,
can't wait to see everyone dodge because of this.
More individual focus. You only get the time allotted to you to make your pick.
Both teams just ban bullshit, then you get to pick all the good
What we noticed
gods.
was in many ranked lobbies, people were just kind of, someone was up getting a drink or going to the bathroom and just letting all the bank time run down. It makes a lot of sense for competitive teams because they might want to take a certain pick.
Dude, people are gonna baby rage at their teammates for banning dumb shit. Watch.
Generally not what happened in ranked
fucking
matches,
bottom
so
elo.
there's no more bank
just
time.
Just ban Nox.
Be sharp.
Fucking
make
idiot.
Your picks, make your bans.
Uninstall.
You'll get through the lobby real quick, and everyone will be able to participate in the banning process. Should be really fun. Exciting. Should speed up.
It's a whole month away.
Get everybody.
Started playing ranked a little too early.
Whew. Whole bunch of stuff there. Like you said, make sure to check out the update notes, the 8.11 update notes. All of that information is listed, so you can go through and really pick it apart.
Well, PTS is a waste of time. Nobody's fucking going on PTS for this. There's no new god.
But yeah, it's a big change. So that's exciting. Y'all can look forward to that coming with the 8.11 update. And the other quality of life change we have here is actually an update to the way I believe relic timers work. So what's going on there?
What?
Or the cooldown?
Another long time request. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is actually really fucking There's
cool.
not too much to share
about
about
it. I can. It's a pretty simple change, basically for a long time.
When we're ghosted every game, they're gonna know your cooldown or your timers now.
What are the relic timers of my my teammates? And so now all you really have to do is press the tab button, and if anything is off cooldown, it's gonna look exactly the same. But if it's on cooldown, you will see the number on top of the relic as it would look like in your own bar. So it's going to be great for communication. You know, now you'll actually be able to see if, their beads weren't actually up.
Welcome to the stream.
What could I have done there? Type of deal.
Right.
That's a good quality of life
Lets you make decisions for re-engaging.
Very minor.
If you just did a big fight and then people spread out. And you're not sure.
This should have been done a long time ago.
Quick check of the tab screen. You go, oh, we still have relics. Good time to fight. Or in that next engage. Especially when you're laning with someone, or if they your support rotated, they come back to your lane. You're not really sure if they might have used a relic when they were roaming to mid and coming back to duo. Those are the types of things you can check, and then you can make better informed decisions on your gameplay based on what the potential of your allies is. Now, we won't be showing you enemies for obvious reasons, but this is going to be allies only.
What?
And I'm excited to see how people try this one out because they've been asking for it for a long time, so I'm glad we could deliver.
I'm happy everybody's going to know that my blink is up, so I can blink in there as Ares and get off the cheesy chains. So I'm excited for that. So from there, that's quality of life. Let's move into some of the map changes coming with the 8.11 update. Starting off with Corrupted Arena. It looks like Corrupted Arena is coming back.
Or the map change?
Everyone's favorite knockback mode.
Corrupted Arena is fun. That's the only arena shit that I actually enjoy.
So that'll be coming back.
Yeah, it'll be its own queue. It'll also be customs. It's just for fun. No other complicated systems or anything coming for it. Just I know people love this mode. It's great to bring back at this time of the year. It's kind of been a tradition for us. And it's exciting to try the new gods in it. Gilgamesh is very good. Who else is really good?
For sure.
Oh,
bro, Kalina's gonna be cracked.
Good. We tested Morgan.
So wait till I go into the fucking wall.
Was a
you
little
can't,
less good than I thought.
See me.
And I don't know. Spoilers alert. There might be some more gods coming out that impact this mode in silly ways, but we'll see. We'll see about it.
Wow. Spoiler on the loose.
I know. Y'all guys are even getting extra stuff on top of everything. So Conquest is getting one simple change. It looks like to the amount of time at the start of the match. What's going on there?
Yeah, so a lot of this was we went and changed the start of the camps a couple patches ago to make sure that people were getting to waves on time. And so basically people were, a lot of people are getting adjusted to this change, but some people still will find themselves being like very much on that knife's edge of, oh gosh, am I going to be late to lane? So we're just adding another I believe it is 5 seconds onto the beginning of the match just to make sure that everyone still gets to the place where they want to be on time, and everyone's exactly where they need to be. The starts don't get messed up, anything like that.
No, there's no Bastet rework. No way.
Always love a little more time.
I don't think they're gonna rework Bastet anymore.
What do I buy?
Or it could be wrong.
So finally, in map changes, it looks like we have a long-awaited update on Slash for y'all. Ajax, how about you lay that one down for us?
Yes, so we do want to just share some messaging today. That's all we're going to be sharing today. And that is that Slash is going to be moved to launch in 9/1 with the new season of Smite.
Yeah, Slash
we really
next
appreciate
year,
everyone's
boys.
patience. We know you guys are
Next
very excited
year,
for this
boys and
mode.
girls.
We know the Smite players want it, but we want to take our time. We want to do it right. So it's going to be launching.
I'll be starting the Slash Pro League
just
at the beginning of next year, so sign-ups will begin.
Oh yeah, new season
very
is going
soon.
to have so much hype with it, and that's just cherry on top of the hype cake. So awesome, and that covers map changes in 8.11. So let's just move into general balance. Let's move into items and gods. Again, 8.11 is coming out November 16th. I don't know if I actually said that before, so look out for that. November 16th is when we're going to get all of this content, the quality of life and map changes we just spoke of, and the balance we're about to speak of. And starting off, we have Death's Toll getting a buff.
Dizzle, let me know how you like
both
it.
of its powers. What's that looking like, Lermy?
Ooh, the
Let me get a quick aside in here real quick
just
before
getting,
we go into this
getting the
item roll. Sorry, we had
good bamboozler right now.
a couple notes we prepared for just to talk a little bit about the upcoming plan for the next few updates, right? We are approaching the World Championships. Usually for the World Championships, we try to be a little more careful with our balance changes. So that's mostly going to apply to the next patch show after this one. This is 8.11. We still have 8.12. For Worlds, we'll be played on 8.12. So with 8.11 here today, we are going to get a few more spicy changes. We do have some big god changes here, but
maybe it is a Bastet.
We're going to try to be a little more careful, a little bit more reserved, focusing on things that are pro issues, even more importantly than casual issues. Although, generally we try to take both into account, but towards the pro season, we tend to skew a little bit more towards pro. And really making sure that we set ourselves up for a fun meta for World Championships, or at least some crazy innovations and surprises to come up at the World Championships. So today, a lot of exciting stuff.
That still gets
we'll
nerfed.
probably
They
be
stop building
reacting
it.
that
That still
stuff
gets
into the
buffed.
next
Everyone
bonus
builds
in
it.
8.12, as well as just trying to round out the edges, get everything in a good spot. And then of course, 9.1, we're gonna turn everything upside down again. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But for now, we got to be serious.
Oh yeah.
All right, go ahead with that Death's Toll buff.
Yeah, a good note. Back to you, Lermy.
All right, so Hunter starter items have been in a bit of a spot recently where Hunter's Cowl kind of feels like the best thing to be. It kind of has a little bit of everything. We saw Bomba's Dagger come into the mix a little bit to mix things up, but we want to make sure that the other Hunter starter items are feeling good as well. We want them all to be as competitive as possible, but again, some of them are better at things than others. So specifically for Death's Toll, we're going to be increasing
they're
both
trying to
the
get
physical
Hunters to build
and the
Death's
magical
Toll,
power to kind of give it a little bit more oomph when it comes to that healing that you get. We just want to make sure that this kind of has its own little niche, and its niche is going to be more in the power direction.
Got it. Awesome. Nothing wrong with a little more power. Looks like Gilded Arrow is also getting a buff to its basic attack damage. How about that, Ajax?
Very similar reasoning as Lermy mentioned for Death's Toll.
I love building Gilded Arrow right now on Soul, and I feel like just adding more power to Soul early is so fucking scary. You're gonna clear and fuck people up so hard.
We nerfed Cowl a little bit, didn't really do much changes, as well as the assassin items getting slightly toned back. They're still in a much more powerful state than they were before the big assassin buff. But we want to bring open more options for hunters. We want to bring back the possibility of doing that attack.
Isn't this shit getting built on Yorm too?
Here we're looking at Gilded Arrow. We're looking at the basic attack power because we know that the gold scaling is a very powerful feature. We do not want to be buffing that. Being able to get too much gold is already really strong. And we're saving all of the crit and other sort of stats.
25 basic attack damage just sounds like so much.
Make that Gilded Arrow really feel worth it to buy it. And I guess kind of a mystery Jormungandr buff as well, as everyone tends to like to play him with this item.
Yep.
So
fair
good
enough.
Luck versus you, big snake players.
Next up, Benevolence. Kind of getting a shift. What's going on there, Lermy?
So when this item came out, it was kind of mixed reception, or people thought it wasn't going to be too good, but that it actually was good. And so people have kind of warmed up to the idea of, hey, this item is actually pretty cool and we can get it to work the way that we want it to. But previously it had a caveat where if you were already full and none of your allies were hurt around you, you couldn't distribute any of those stacks to get the gold that you needed. So now we made the adjustment to where any stacks that you would be gaining will just automatically go off, and you will be getting that gold that you would be getting from those stacks. And to kind of counter that, we're also dropping the health down just 25 to make sure that, because this would be just a straight up buff, and because Benevolence is already kind of in a good spot, we want to kind of temper that extra amount of gold that you'll be getting with kind of a little bit of a drawback.
Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about, it's really that razor's edge, walking that balancing line. So cool. Next up, Vampiric Shroud. Looks like a buff to me. It looks like some power increase. What's going on there, Ajax?
We've shifted this item all over the place this year. We did see it briefly take over the solo lane. We have since put a stop to that. But mid laner's been a little disappointed that it's not as much of an option for them anymore. We do want to keep this as a fringe mid laner option. Generally okay with it in the solo lane. We just don't want it ever to take over solo lane. So just looking back to bring back a little bit of power here. Hopefully mid mages will be able to take this if they're especially concerned with those.
I kind of hate that they won't just fucking kill this item.
This should make that item a little bit more fair and
just
potentially bring open
Ajax,
a lot more gods to the mid lane pool.
Kill it. Nobody likes it.
Gods like Anubis and
Kill
Zhonghui,
it.
which we've seen Zhonghui even played in
End it.
pro matches. So a lot of interesting options that could happen here.
Awesome. Excited to see him come to life. Next up, Sigil of the Old Guard has some changes coming to it. What's that looking like, Laramie?
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
So last patch, if you guys remember, we did a change to the tier 1 sigil to make it feel a little bit more valuable in solo, gave it a little more power, a little bit less on the defensive stats. So now we want to make sure that those upgrades kind of follow suit and feel equally as powerful,
I guess
so that
5% isn't that
you can
much,
go
but
into this
it's
item
stacked on
that
top of
is now a
everything
little
else
bit
is.
better in the early game, but also you're not kind of trapped into going items that don't feel as good later.
This item just seem OP
so
as
basically
fuck.
for Sigil, we are giving it 5% damage mitigation always, and then we're also going to increase the duration of the passive buff to make it a little bit easier to carry over that mitigation between fights. It's only going up 3 seconds, but even still, that amount is super impactful in a lot of situations, so hopefully you guys are going to try this item out and just feel how awesome this can be.
And to continue that, Infused Sigil also getting some changes?
Exactly. We're looking at this item and, we're going to make it explode. That's what this item does, right? And we want it to do that. Yeah. We want it to be impactful. So we're also, as Infused Sigil is the tanky option, or Old Guard is the tanky option. Infused is the damaging option.
I feel like it's just a bad thing to have when you have Pridwin in the game. Like, it's literally just a better Pridwin, so you pair them together and you have insane stats and double
instead
explosion.
of just having to build full tank. This is one way to do that.
Just wait till Fenrir one-shots you.
Pretty much a ticking time bomb running around, especially if you stack this with Mystical Mail. You got, other items that have all these on-hit effects like Gladiator Shield and Pridewind that can be really cool comboed together. And now with Infused Sigil, it's going to be doing more damage and triggering more often. So a really interesting option. We haven't quite ever seen this item be picked up in a competitive sense yet. I'm wondering if this will finally be the way to do it.
I guess we'll have to watch as we get into, get into the games past the 16th. So it looks like we have kind of a similar deal where Warrior's Axe, Sundering Axe, and Hero's Axe.
Could you line up an Odin
a lot of changes.
to pop with Pridwin and with Sigil?
Looks like a trio of combined changes here.
Yeah, so I can kind of talk about Warrior's Axe and what our general plan is, and then AJ can go into the specifics. But basically,
they will not kill
Warrior's Axe
for
is
more
kind
than
of getting a similar treatment to Sigil, where we want to make it a little bit less defensive and a little bit more geared towards the offensive. A lot of solo laners have expressed that it is way more fun to play those aggressive, in-your-face kind of fighting matches in solo versus kind of sitting back and waiting and watching. So we kind of want to encourage that by shifting these items to be more in that direction. So I believe that we are putting power onto this and dropping down the protections a little bit, if I remember correctly, and kind of similar treatments as well for the upgrades. But in general, we just want to make solo lane feel a little bit more aggressive, in lane specifically.
Yeah, well said.
Awesome.
For Warrior's Axe, Sundering Axe, and Hero's Axe,
I fucking hate. Why won't they leave the solo lane alone
all of them
for 5 minutes?
They're gonna lose some stats or have some stats nerfed to compensate for that. The passives are not being changed on any of the axes. So we've written the items out on the patch notes in their full form. Since there were so many stats being added and subtracted, we've actually just written out the item in its full form. And then we've also provided a change log. So you can go and see that on the written patch notes to kind of, whichever way you prefer to think about it. Okay, here's just what this item does, or here's what changed. So For Warrior's Axe, you see the cost going up.
It lost
health being
75 health and 5
protections,
physical protections.
and physical and magical
and
power.
They added power
we wanted
to
this
it.
item to be usable by
and
Guardians
they upped the
and
cost of
Warriors in
50
that
gold.
solo lane, or potentially whoever.
So aggressive solo laners will want to build this. They might not build it every time
Sundering
because
Axe
Sigil's
is going to
still
be
nuts.
the more aggressive upgrade. So that one is going to have higher power and is going to be removing its 250 health. So you're going to see no health. You're just going to see protection, protection, power, power on this item. Passive is staying the same. Hero's Axe is actually already the very defensive one. We are keeping that one defensive and just
Removed
doing
health,
a
added
slight
physical
increase on the
power.
protections to make it even more tanky as a tanky option. So excuse me, I misspoke earlier saying we put added power to everything. Not adding power to this one. This one's going to continue as the tanky one. This one is also surprisingly underrated. This saves lives. This passive saves a lot of lives. But a lot of solo laners like to get in and do that damage, and we're providing that option as well. But Hero's Axe as an interesting option, or potentially even a Warrior support option. A lot of potential in this item too, and also getting a buff to go along with those other axes.
A lot of changes solo lane, and like you said, maybe even Warrior support's gonna have a lot of fun things to play with coming up. So super cool. Next up, Lotus Crown getting a nerf to the cost. So what's going on there, Lermy? Why that?
Yeah, so
The
Lotus
nerf
Crown is like a
Sylvanas and
first item buy
healers.
for most of your standard healer characters, whether
Yamoja.
that's your Sylvanas, Yamojas, Terras, Hells, all those characters can go this item very early because it is incredibly cheap. 2050 is one of the cheapest items in the game, I believe, so we just want to tamper that early game spike that you get from all the protections and the passive by bringing up that cost just a smidge, 100 gold. You'll be having to stay a little bit longer to full buy into this item, so we don't want to completely get rid of our healer characters, especially with Sylvanas just coming back with this new passive. I mean, we love to see him getting play at last. Very nice. But yeah, we just want to make sure that this is tampered just a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah, I hate to get rid of Sylvanas. We need more Bob Ross on the battleground. So next up, right, Mystical Mail getting a nerf as well. Looks like cost and the physical protection are getting touched. What's going on there, Ajax?
This is a very popular item in the solo lane right now, and it does a lot of interesting things, right? That extra damage
like
can
nerfing
really
Mystical
put
Mail.
the pressure on gods.
I love
that
when they
already high
nerf Mystical
pressure,
Mail, dude. Make
or
it 3K.
It can take a god that has generally really
Make
bad
it cost
clear
3,000 gold,
and
please.
give them much better clear. So it is versatile. We do like that, and it does do a lot of damage, which we also like. However, it just feels just a little overtuned, so we're not trying to make any major shifts in this item's goals. We're just kind of, again, taking some more careful changes, a little bit of decrease in the protections, a little bit of increase in the cost. Really, we just don't want this item to become a super passive item. We don't want this item where people just pick super full tank Guardian builds and just use this to kind of stand in the wave and clear it without fighting much. So that's potentially what is available to players. We do want this item to do the things that it does, just making that specific strategy a little less effective by making it cost more and have less protections.
Got it. Sounds good. Book of the Dead getting a buff as well. There's several things happening. Power, CCR, mana shield. Like, what's going on, Lermy? I need you to explain.
Yeah, so this item is super exciting. We haven't really seen the book build be meta for a while, so we kind of want to give Book of the Dead a little bit of help because we feel like that's kind of core to that build, and it's also very defensive. We kind of wanted to lean into that defensive nature by giving it the CCR, by increasing the mana contribution to 30%, which, I mean, those shields are very helpful, you guys. Do not underrate this shield because it saves lives.
Hera is gonna be
also, we wanted to give it a smidge of power to kind of make it that,
you
know, mid to late game, like, power spike item as well. So hopefully these changes to it will
I'm building Book of
bring back
Thoth.
the book build. Who
I'm
knows?
building
Maybe see a little
Warlock
bit of
staff, and I'm
splashes
building
here or
Book of
there.
the
I'd
Dead.
love to see this kind of even
See on
take
the
a
other
little bit of a
side
route
of that
towards
fucking
Guardian
Argus ult,
Souls.
bitch.
Like maybe we see that in the future of this item. But yeah, a little bit more defensive for this item, and who knows? Sounds good.
Sounds good. Library opens November 16th. Come and get the books. Staff of Mirrodin also getting a buff. Looks like decreased cost and increased magical power. So what's going on there,
okay,
Ajax?
I like that. We were just talking about
yeah,
staff
so this
last night.
one, we reworked in mid-season, and people lost their minds.
Because it was OP.
They were like, this is going to be the most insane OP item ever. Look at me, I'm a Hebo. Look at my 1 cooldown. It's now 0.5 second cooldown. This is crazy. I'm like, okay. We nerfed it a little bit in PTS. And then pretty much nobody built it. I think we people just got a little too overexcited, a little too worried.
Nerfed it 100%.
You know, us always taking community feedback very seriously.
We were
like, okay, we'll nerf it. But now that we've had it some time in the wild, we haven't really seen much play from it. We do want to buff it. We are learning our lessons, though. We don't want to buff that passive back. We know that's really powerful already. Looking just to its base stats and its cost to make sure that it fits
that
well.
You and Janice all, and then 2-2-2.
A lot of mages, I think, utilize this item would be really interesting and really fun, and it's got a lot of clarity improvements.
I like the item though. You can use it on so many people and get value out of it.
Fix potential that the old one had. So I'm still feeling good about this item. I'm glad to see us get this,
jungle mages don't use it. It'll be a great jungle.
I think there's potential for this item.
It's just you're not gonna buy it on Quang. You're not gonna buy it on Hebo.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Take your word for it. I'll keep my eye open. Looks like Fail Not also getting a buff to the critical strike chance. What's going on with that, Lermy?
Yeah, so this one kind of circles back to our earlier hunter buffs, especially kind of going into that gilded arrow idea where, hey, you know, maybe my crit is a little bit more viable. We're putting a little bit more crit chance onto the base of Fail Not to make it so that this item is a little bit less dependent on you having to go 2 or 3 even other crit items in your build, depending on
why would you bring Fail Not back into the meta?
Just making it a little bit more
that
feasible
item,
to go this
nobody
item
has asked for it to come back. They killed it, and even hunters were like, "Thank God we don't have to build that fucking item anymore."
I'm missing the King Arthur. What was
that's
it recently
not even true,
with the Fail Not
bro. It says 20% now. That's just like 60%. They just changed the fucking
while I
text
was
number
playing
all the
Mundus
time.
the other day because my ally had this item, and I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." But,
yeah,
I believe this is also a revert.
Yes, I think so as well.
Which our players like to see because they think we won't change our
bro.
minds, but we're open-minded. We can change our minds. It's okay.
Fake news.
True. We're always listening. If it's going to be better, we're there for it. So finally for items, which it feels like so many items, but the last item in this block is the Executioner is getting a buff to the physical power. So what's going on there, Ajax?
Now we know this item is, you know, one of the best items in Smite history, has been for many years, but fallen out of favor between some nerfs and some other item buffs. We're being very careful with the amount of penetration and costs and stuff like that, and attack speed. We've been trying to shave down on attack speed on a lot of items as well. So
spear,
after ruling out those stats, physical power makes the most sense to give this item a little buff.
And like an
try to bring
Executioner
it
is like
back,
a finisher.
make sure it's applicable in a lot of builds. Make sure there's
why the
multiple
fuck is it a primary ADC item?
And
that doesn't
all, I think an
get
exciting
used
buff.
to
Although a
finish
small
people?
one, it's like 5 power. You know, people might look at that and be like, "I'm not sure what that's going to do." With hunters and how razor thin those DPS margins could be between different builds, this might be something that makes or breaks a whole new meta of hunters. So we're excited to see this come back. And between this and crit and all the ability items, hunters should have a lot more opportunity.
Oh no, this item's gonna get picked up a lot. They're gonna keep buffing it until it's back to like top of the meta.
Well, that does it for items in the 8-11. Let's move on to gods. We have plenty of gods to talk about, plenty of changes here. Starting with our newest addition, Kalina getting a nerf. Looks like to Phantasmal and tearing the veil. What's going on with that, Lermy?
Yeah, so Kalina has hit the battleground last
shaving?
week, and she has been insane so far. A lot of you know that I like to play the new god up to rank 10 almost immediately, and we have a lot of data as well to kind of back up the stats. But we definitely think that she has released, you know, a little bit strong. We like to go very gentle on these nerfs with the new gods because we're still having
Slim
people
Shady
learn
would be terrible.
their potential. We're having
those
people
gods
learn
aren't
how
all
to
good.
play against them. So again, we just want to make sure that we are taking it nice and slow and steady, so that we don't push it too far.
She's gonna get
so
nerfed
basically, we're
like 2
making
more times,
this Phantasmal nerf make it so that if you go in the wall and very quickly out of the wall, you're barely going to feel a difference. But for those cleanup players that are staying in the wall for longer periods of time, you will be feeling a pretty significant increase in how much damage you're taking. So hopefully that gives you a little more counterplay potential against a Kalina that dips into a wall. If you can force her to stay there for a long time, she's coming out pretty hurt. So keep your eyes on that one. But secondarily, tearing the veil, her ultimate,
She's still gonna do too
is
much
going to be
damage.
just doing a little bit less damage when it comes to that initial hit. The scaling is going down, and the tick
The
scaling
wall
is also
change is
going down a
dope.
little
Like
bit.
Phantasmal, the passive change,
So
take more
just
damage
a little
faster.
bit less
Dope.
burst when that
The damage
rift
reduction
is
they're doing is
torn
not
right
enough.
open.
Quick thing to add
Awesome.
that we did do this in the main patch. We have to make decisions about the bonus patch very quickly. We wanted to take some more data at Kalina before we made that call. Kalina actually launched at very near 50% win rate, which I know is probably surprisingly low in a lot of people's minds after playing her now. But we did see a surprisingly sharp increase on her learning curve. You know, some gods take a long time to improve after play. Some gods, opponents learn more and they kind of trend down after multiple plays, but Kalina did increase relatively quickly in those stats. So then we decided to make that call and get it into the main patch. So although this would be something you'd normally see in the bonus, just calling out that there are a few nerfs, or I guess this is the only nerf. Oh no, there's some item adjustments that, were kind of feel like they might have gone in bonus too, but moving those to the main patch for various reasons.
Cool.
Yeah, just important to keep an eye on those stats to make sure that everything kind of, sits in the right spot at the end of the day.
It's all about, again, that fine line. I'll say it 100 times. It's hard to walk on, but that's why we have all this data. That's why we take all the feedback. So next up, we have Nija getting a buff as well to Ring Toss. And it seems kind of like there's a lot of stuff going on with Ring Toss. So let's get into it, Ajax.
Yeah, so this is a lot of text for a relatively simple change. Really, we're just increasing the damage for the first target hit by Ring Toss. The idea with Neja is that when Ring Toss bounces, it's really strong. Bounces between two gods, they both get hit a bunch of times, it's really strong. But if you're in a one-on-one situation in the jungle, when you're playing as Neja and you're trying to hit an opponent with it, it doesn't do that much. A significant part of its power is in the bouncing. So we're just trying to offset that a little bit. So the first target that gets hit,
enough.
Just the first target the first time.
That's a really good idea. That's a change
still going to be doing the same damage and the same reduced damage, but just that first target is going to be doing an increased base and scaling, a pretty significant scaling change from 20% to 40%. So that first target hit going to be really feeling it this time.
Got it. I will watch out for 1v1s with Neja. Noted. Next up, looks like Thor getting a buff to Berserker's Barrage. So it looks like this might be a revert.
Scaling?
What's going on here?
Yes, so this is actually a revert from when Thor was one of the best assassins back in the day. So we're kind of taking a look at the stats and seeing that, this is the jungler meta, but Thor isn't really performing as strong as he probably should when all of his items are kind of going his way, right? So we want to make sure that his clear is feeling a little bit better. This is especially helpful for that because this is really doing the first part of the clear. These are the first two hits of Berserker's Barrage that are getting that initial scaling pop. So that's going to feel a lot better. And additionally, this will help with his damage in late game team fights. If you're hitting those multi-man ultimates and you slam it down the Berserker's Barrage,
you're going to do an extra 20 damage.
You'll be feeling that extra bit of damage.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm terrified of feeling that extra little bit
Thor's
of
not really good right now.
Sounds good.
Playable, but not as good as a lot of the assassins.
Next up, we have Zeus getting a buff to Aegis Assault, and this looks kind of fun. Explain it, Ajax. Looks like some movement.
We are very excited to bring this into you. Zeus has been a large debate topic in the balance community for many years.
What the fuck is this?
Aggro has brought many pitches across the desk of the balance team and beseeched the council for Zeus changes many occasions. The design team's been discussing and writing up rough drafts and testing things for Zeus for a long time. This is the one we're most excited about recently. Zeus will now gain a immediate movement speed and attack speed buff.
Holy shit, that's actually really cool to see.
In Aegis Assault.
I don't know how much that's going to change, but it's going to be way more fun to play.
Mobility he lost with his rework back in season 2. As well as gives him an attack speed bonus, which plays really well
40%
with Aegis
attack
Assault's
speed
deployed form, where you can get the the radiate static electricity, and the fact that Zeus can actually stack quite a bit of basic attack damage through his passive and the way his charges stack up. So almost pushing him a little bit towards Mage ADC, which we think Zeus actually could be
with
really
a Stone of fucking
as
Fall
a fringe option in that role.
You
Probably
run
not
a soul build or a old run build on this motherfucker now. Holy shit!
Looking also to see this improve him more in Conquest, where the movement speed is really important, and the attack speed plus his Aegis Assault can improve his clear speed quite a bit. We didn't want to just buff his big AoE damage. That's what he already does really well. This god still performs extremely well, by the way, everywhere in Smite, except high-level Conquest. So we really did try to focus this buff towards just those more competitive.
I wonder why he does well in small maps where nobody can dive you, and large game modes where you can just throw your abilities out 8 million times.
I'll be excited to see it. A lot of fun things that could come out of that. So next up, Poseidon getting a buff as well.
That could help. This might make the difference.
Across the board, Tidal Surge, Trident, Whirlpool, Kraken, a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get into it.
Holy shit! What is this?
Yeah, so basically across the board for Poseidon, we're taking that cost down for his Tide on his various abilities, and so For those unversed with Poseidon's passive, if you have a certain amount of tide built up and you use an ability, that ability gets bonus damage, basically. So we're taking down how much tide you actually need to use for all of those abilities to get the trigger, which has both the dual function of you'll be able to get that burst of damage a little bit more often, and you'll be able to hang on to a bit more movement speed after you've used those abilities. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, though, is that Trident's cooldown is going down pretty significantly, at least on the first early part of it. It's going from 20 to 16 at rank 1, but it's still staying at 12 at max rank. So, you know, that late game Poseidon's not getting any better in that regard.
Stacks gonna fall,
but
no.
we're also giving it just a smidge more magical power
you're
scaling
2, no.
on those extra hits that you get from
so on your 2, the sides on your 2 are not auto attacks, they're abilities.
ADC that way, who knows? I mean, we're seeing a lot of mage ADC possibilities here in our future.
So if it's an in-hand effect, the side parts of it don't. The main auto does. The middle part does because it's still an auto attack. The side parts are abilities.
Zoom mage that we're all familiar with.
Awesome. That sounds fun. Yeah, excited to see it. I can't wait for the Zeus Poseidon mage ADC matchup. So
like closed beta
show. Yeah.
Yeah, what a throwback.
Yeah. Really. All right, looks like Amuzin Cobb is getting a buff as well to Stinger. So what's happening with Stinger, Ajax?
Yeah, this is a very interesting god to buff. He has really high ability damage. He doesn't have mobility, but he's got his movement speed from his hives, which is insane number of stats. Been a difficult one to adjust for a while now. We started looking at Stinger and trying to make sure it had more applications.
Yeah, it's
Stinger
gonna be fucking OP. That shit already hits for like 1,000.
You can throw it relatively quickly, and you can use it to make big trades in one-on-one scenarios.
Bro, tanks are gonna get fucking railed by late game Amuzin Cobb.
A slow and a prot shred to the target who is hit by the Stinger.
So hard.
This is gonna allow Amuzin Cobb to now self-peel for
You're gonna get slowed.
So if you've got a warrior
then you're gonna get slowed by
really
the ult.
up in your face, you can't get rid of
You're
him.
gonna get shredded by the items, and then you're get shredded by the ult.
They run right at you.
So he's just gonna literally 3 you and ult you. You're just gonna fall over.
Slow. That's gonna slow them down. Same with Guardians, and
of course it goes over pen cap. You're decreasing their protections. It's not part of your pen.
Scenarios between assassins and hunters as well. So really spicy buff here for the buzzing bee boy.
Bees are scary and they should be feared. So yeah, here we are. Looks like next up, my boy Xbal, as I've recently decided to call him, is getting a buff as well to kind of just a general buff, but also to branching bolas. So
okay, what?
Yeah, a lot of this was to kind of up his consistency in lane and kind of lean more into his unique auto attacking style.
Basically,
we're bringing up his base stats to kind of match a little bit more closely with other hunters. He previously had some of the lowest attack speed scaling in the game, so we wanted to bring that up per level.
Bro, the last gods they had with attack speed scaling were the mage ADCs, and they all got so much better.
As well, we previously had that 35% at 40, and when that was the case, that character was absolutely insane. So we want to kind of temper that a little bit by bringing it up halfway. So hopefully he will be viable, but, you know, not, again, totally busted, you know, breaking the stats board kind of deal. We want to just make sure
I like playing Shibalake.
consistent when you're
I'm not going to like playing
attacks,
against the Shibalake.
and that you're actually feeling like you're doing a lot more damage.
Awesome. Looks like next up, Xing Qian is getting a buff as well. Furious Roar, Hook Slam, Sky Cutting Axe, just lots of buffing going around. Let's talk it, Ajax.
Kamachina?
The Furious Roar buff is very strange. For whatever reason, it was 3% twice at the last few ranks. Just making sure that scales up normally. There probably was a reason for it. I can't remember what it was.
2 has a 2-second less cooldown now.
A small late game buff on that ability.
Xing gets a Crane skin. Xing gets buffed.
Does run out of mana relatively quickly, especially hoping that we can see him more in the duo lane. You know, we know that he can play solo, but we're looking for more aggressive
buff.
We're hoping we can see
Guardian being played in the duo lane.
Lower mana costs, whereas in solo lane you have the blue
someone
buff,
that runs at people over and over again, easier to play
as the
for ranked
on
casuals.
Hook Slam, which is kind of his primary peel and setup ability outside of his ult. It had a very long cooldown, 18 seconds. Probably because when Xing Qian released, this god was an absolute monster. It was extremely highly performing. So a few numbers were still lingering there from those old days. But now that people have lots of tools to deal with him, he's been adjusted in many other ways. Feels very safe to go ahead and buff that to a more reasonable number. So more consistent CC, not running out of mana. We might have a new meta support option on our hands.
Check, check, and check. And hey, I mean, Krang skin, you can play Krang, so
don't call it a Krang
for that. Yeah, right. All right, looks like the final part of the normal balance for gods in this patch is Guan Yu getting a buff to Taolu Assault. So what's with that, Lermy?
Yeah, Guan Yu is historically a very high skill cap god if you really want to hit the uber pinnacle min-max of his passive. So we want to just make it a little bit easier for him to survive those kind of rough early game fights that he has.
It's not a high skill cap god. You just go CDR and spam your one after every ability.
Just to make sure that he has an easier time in lane. And honestly, this buff might look a little bit bigger than it actually is, because you have to remember that Taolu Assault doesn't go on cooldown until it finishes its charge. So as long as he's spinning, he's not counting down. Once he's done, he's going to be counting down from 13 seconds now instead of 15 seconds.
Awesome. Sounds good. So that is it for the normal balance, but that's not all of the balance. We have one more big key feature left in balance for 8-11, and that is Bastet is getting a rework. And I mean, there's all kinds of things to talk about here. Ajax, I'll start with you. But we also get to see in game.
Wait, they only changed the ult.
Okay, so yes, Bastet, we tried to rework once, but we feel like the ultimate
they just didn't change the.
It was effective. We saw her win rate
icons
go up quite a bit actually, but people generally found it, lacking inspiration and being unexciting. This god has a very all-in ability playstyle, and the god is very good at jumping in, bursting someone down, and jumping out, right? But we wanted to give her with this rework more.
It was the same.
Flexibility in her fighting, more options, more ways to impact the team fight.
We
also wanted to give her, more flair. We didn't want to run into that same case where the ultimate ability just didn't feel that exciting anymore. So what we have here
healing is dope.
three
I don't give a fuck
changes.
about that.
They are a completely new passive, a completely
Which is
new
lifesteal.
ultimate, and significant buffs to ability to Razor Whip. So as we see, we've got our Pon demo driver here using just some various abilities to show
ability
lifesteal, which is called Night Stalker.
Soul Eater's about the OP.
Bastet gains a physical lifesteal and ability lifesteal when hitting enemies. So she just gets free lifesteal and ability lifesteal.
Soul Eater gonna be meta.
This does more lifesteal to gods than it does to minions. And also, when she deals damage to an opponent, she applies a debuff.
Okay, that one heal with a Soul Eater is gonna be fucking OP
for a significant amount.
You're gonna fucking heal for so much instantly off your one.
You get vision on vision on enemies damage and free lifesteal and ability lifesteal, which is really cool.
Okay.
Yep, if we go
it's also gonna be a Loki counter, a Morgan counter, even more so now. Even though she already kind of counters them.
So basically, before it's honestly the same ability, but it's being sped up a little bit. Before, the description said that it would be ticks every second for 4 seconds, but that actually wasn't true. The tooltip was a little bit misleading. The FX would actually play for 4 seconds, but you'd really be taking a tick at 0 seconds, 1 second, 2 second, and 3 seconds.
Way faster.
So
that's
now
sick.
we're basically bringing that down 1 second more. So we are having ticks every 0.66 seconds. So it's still the same amount of ticks.
Just in 2
it's
seconds.
going to be going up until
That's
2
sick.
seconds.
That's actually
so you'll be
fucking
taking 4
sick.
ticks within 2
Dude,
seconds.
Bastet's already really good, so this could be. She might be the best god in the game.
It's going to be
best
much more
jungler in the game.
If this a lot more
ult is actually good.
Faster in the jungle.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
So then we finally have the ultimate, a brand new ultimate called the Huntress of Bast. Previously we had the Guardians, now we have the Huntress. So why don't we just show it off first before I say anything? There you go.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Long-range skill shot pull on an assassin. Kind of crazy, something that we've never really seen in Smite. We've got Sylvanas who can pull people. He's a guardian. I'm sure there are some of our dedicated old school players who are thinking this back to.
Dude, this is gonna be a fucking warrior and a guardian collab. It goes through walls.
This one as a way to complement the rest of Bastet's kit. She can jump in on people.
You're gonna get the clapper if you're a support anywhere near a tower.
A lot of interesting options. She can use this to engage a fight, to pull a single target early.
I didn't even think about
she
this.
can use this to
it's fucking
chase someone down after a fight as a long-range follow-up when they think they're about to escape. And she can actually use this ability in close range. And this ability, as you notice, the targeter has a small line in it in close range.
Yeah,
if you hit enemies in this very close range, you'll actually get this very instant hit because it's a projectile, but you'll get a different giant cat animation that just applies a stun and doesn't do the pull.
It just hits right on top of them.
So she's now got essentially an additional hard CC that's very confirmable in the close range, and it gives her CC immunity while firing. So lots of utility, lots of flair. A giant spectral cat running across the battleground, picking up people and carrying them back to you. We thought was about as exciting as we could get with the abilities
do a little less damage though because the ult's different. So I'm wondering if she'll still do enough damage
for Bastet. Learn me anything.
And her 3 is only the one cat all the time.
On this one.
Yeah, one other thing to mention is that you'll see when Pawn fires that there's this small deployable on the ground where they're going to land. And if they actually get pulled all the way back to Bastet, they do spawn that small, I guess it's a sandstorm, more or less. And so that is a vortex coming through. So, hey, Vulcan Ball, what's up?
Someone gave that Vulcan AI.
Bro, I actually want to play PTS now.
I like it.
There you go.
Wait. That's what happens when
he's level 1. No, he's
laugh at them.
But
that's
yeah,
no
one
defense.
other small thing to note is that the player that you do grab with this ability will go back to that mark on the ground. They don't follow you over the wall. They go to that mark that you see right there.
Dude, this is
sick. That's a
sick.
great point. So that we do bring it back to the from fired location, and we do have a mark.
Bro, you're gonna bead like the ult, and then you're just gonna get 3.
Be
the 3 still roots, right?
Beads this, you won't be. You'll just.
Oh, it's 10k power.
Escape
Okay. I was
the
like, what
cat's
the fuck?
clutches, or you can beads it as the stun attack is happening. The cat will not pick you up if you beads it quick. So if you beads the stun, you'll also beads the pulse. It's not
you're
like you
gonna
have to wait
beads
for any,
that shit
weird
into a
timing
fucking
to actually
root.
wait for it. You can just go ahead and beads this as soon as you're hit.
Oh wait, you're gonna be able to ult and blink.
Yeah, so really interesting
time.
ability, really interesting effect. Big
you're gonna be able to ult and blink at the same fucking time on somebody.
Does something that kind of no other big projectile in Smite does.
It's new, it looks great, and I'm excited for all the fun plays. I can't wait to use this as an escape mechanism. Like hit them with it and jump over them and just bail. So that'll be so fun. Well, awesome. Thank y'all for showing us that. I'm excited.
I didn't even read what you said, Alan.
This, again, that's the last of the balance. This is all going live in the 8.11 update dropping November 16th, so y'all can see it then. You'll also be able to try it in PTS, but we'll get to that later. So that is super cool. Next up, we have the skins coming with the 8.11 update, but let's build some SWC and some HRS hype. Let's get into that. See y'all in a second.
I think Hi-Rez misses out when Worlds isn't live on bringing in content creators to do shit for Worlds, like for hosting and shit. Like, no offense to a lot of the people that do shit, but they bring in people that aren't really good communicators to do a lot of this stuff. I can't wait to play that Bastet, dude.
Hello, Smite fans, and welcome back. Before we get into this, obviously, got 2 new friends here with me. Got Hi-Rez Honey and Paul from PC. How are y'all doing? Thank you for being here.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, dude?
Amazing. Couldn't be happier to be here. Couldn't be happier to have y'all with me. Excited to get into this. If y'all want a quick introduction real quick before we dive into all this fun stuff. Honey, how about you go ahead?
Hey everyone, I'm Hi-Rez Honey. I am the newest community specialist for Smite, and I'm just so excited to be here with you guys.
Awesome. Happy to have you. Yeah.
I play mid for the Titans in SPL. That's kind of it, to be honest.
You say that like it's a small thing, but it's not a small. I mean, people know Paul, so super excited to have you here. So to start off this section, actually, just going to give some info about Hi-Rez Showcase and the Smite World Championships, because, you know, those are coming up. We're working our way there.
Bro, I feel like they're fucking with them.
First off, we have a schedule that we can actually share with y'all here. So here's a picture of kind of what things are going to look like. So this is stuff that we're gonna get out to y'all. But this is what it's gonna look like. We have Smite World Championship taking place Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going on. It's going to be great. But within that, we also have that Thursday, the High-Res Showcase, which is going to have all of the high-res titles there. So it'll be super exciting. We have all kinds of great things going on, including a cosplay contest, which is currently active, and we're running through it. So if y'all are interested in entering this cosplay contest, you have until December 1st to create your cosplay and submit the form. So you still got some time.
Bro, what is this content creator
not
cup?
Last minute, but definitely want to get on it. And once you have that in after the first,
I'm currently the content creator world champion.
That's kind of throughout.
What
December.
The fuck is this content creator cup?
During the High-Res Showcase that Thursday on the 6th of January, we're gonna have the cosplay show. So make sure if y'all want to enter, y'all get in there. And if you just want to see a bunch of amazing cosplays, that y'all are ready for the show come January. So again, plenty of time, but always better to be ready.
What do you mean wrong? I literally won the content creator cup last time. I am the world champion. I dicked on your boy Incom.
And we have
dicked on your boy El Leon.
Let's see what that looks like.
Gave him the hands.
Ooh, I love that.
I mean, I won pretty easily, so it would make sense for them not to want to invite me, being the only pro that was really in it.
I love the armor.
Agreed. Ooh, wow. Looks even better in game. The scared little wolf. What a role reversal to have a scared wolf and the terrifying deer.
Why do they make all the side
deer now, man?
Pets and shit cool looking? But then you don't even see them or pay attention to them in game.
Oh, an elk. Is that the same thing?
That looks like an old motherfucking wolf.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess not.
That motherfucker is gonna die. He's gonna have a heart attack.
Let's hear what he sounds like.
Pretty cool.
My duty is to the forest.
There it is. His duty is to the forest. Yeah. Awesome. So next up we have Season 8 Morgan Le Fay. Let's see what this looks like. Speaking of regal, wow.
Okay.
Absolutely. I love, obviously, dethroning somebody because she's wearing her crown. That she just took that crown from whoever she thought didn't deserve to sit there. Absolutely.
See it, dude.
Purple. Yeah, right. Let's see what it looks like in game. Let's see. Well, in the turnaround anyway. Beautiful.
Dude, it's so purple, man.
Yeah, really, it is. And that blue
the
goes
color
so well
of
with
royalty. Yes.
True.
Love her sword.
Purple, blue.
They do a lot of stuff with purple, blue,
I always
blue
love
skins that always look good.
Let's hear what she sounds like.
But are just super simple.
I spent
get old.
Decades planning my revenge. They are not prepared.
I don't feel prepared. So, fair.
Help me, I'm scared.
All right, so next up, we have a pretty big one. I'm excited for this. Divine Wind Gilgamesh is up next. And, whew, now that's a Gilgamesh.
Oh my god, that's sick.
Right?
Yeah, let's see it in game because it looks sick.
Wait, it looks like wings.
Hold on.
Yes,
I just
are.
processed.
Yes,
is Paul?
they
Can
look
we put
so
Paul on
good.
for this?
That's incredible.
This is ginormous.
Is that Paul?
I know, right?
Bro, how are you gonna see?
If that's Paul, they should do this more often and have someone react
in game because
to the
this
skins.
one has some special stuff to it. So let's check it out in game real quick.
I just realized they left Paul in for this. They should do that. They should have one person in there to react instead of just having the fucking people who made this shit react.
Oh, I love the solar flare. That's so
that's a
great
dope ass fucking
how the
skin.
wings
Holy
flare out
shit!
when he uses it. That's great.
Yes, and how they're
Wait.
two different color flames
Dude,
too.
spinny.
Really nice.
Yeah, is that the drop kick?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Spinny spin.
Yeah.
Where's the jump, dude?
Right, yeah, what's the jump?
That's a PoE character? It does look like a PoE character.
But, okay.
Ooh,
Alright, fair enough.
I love how much the wings are worked into all these abilities. They really have a life.
Oh, Vulcan out of
Hey,
nowhere.
look, Vulcan's back.
Uh-oh.
Vulcan
Round
will
two.
not.
Take
he
him
will
down.
not be shown up. Oh.
See ya.
It was a close fight.
Oh,
that
that's
looks awesome.
Cool.
I love like the cloud wall.
Okay, that is okay.
Oh, wow.
That looks fucking nuts inside.
Even
Wait,
cooler when you're in it.
This one's OP.
I know, right?
You can't see shit when you're in that ult.
And then yeah, it's passive.
That is dramatically better ult
I hate
than
that
the
it's
other
cooler
ones.
when you're inside of it because instead of escape, I'm gonna want to like.
That's just
I don't know,
actually
take
just
it
OP
precise.
compared to the other ones.
Just hang out, you know, take some
Yeah.
damage.
That is absolutely awesome. Okay, let's see the headbutt one more time before we go back.
Smite makes
I guess
the
headbutt
best
is only the
skins
drop
with the
kick,
best
but
looking
yeah.
abilities out of any video game.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, dude.
Imagine you get hit for 6K
Awesome. All right,
on
so-
Gilgamesh.
That is, yeah, that's a good one. So this next one is one that, Paul, I have a feeling you might be a little excited about. I don't know, just a guess. We have Pittsburgh Knights Scylla. Hey.
Dude, that's
I mean, what
That-
sweet.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I mean, World Championship.
Wait,
World
why
Champion
did they do a
skin, here it
Pittsburgh
is.
Knights
Scylla
Scylla
looking
skin?
amazing, rocking the
Like, yes, I
colors.
understand like the why, but
And,
there's
you know, we
already
figured, since we
Cog
thought
Red,
you might like
so
this one,
or
just a guess,
Cog.
we figured,
So I feel like this is weird.
yeah, have you here?
So
and,
it's a sick looking skin,
show off the
especially
game.
since the
Nice,
Knights aren't
dude.
even a
Look at
fucking
how
thing over
pretty
here
that
anymore.
is. That, yeah.
Oh my god. Dude,
That-
I'm so
that
spoiled,
gold.
man. I got PK Scylla, dude. We got the Merlin skin for SK, dude. Oh boy.
Right.
Dude, it's gold.
It's so gold. Yeah. Let's go in game. I mean, you deserve to see it in game, I think. So let's check it out. Oh, that's awesome. The gold looks so good.
Like how when Scylla walks, it's a little shimmy.
Oh,
We got
that's
the Knights
great.
in though. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's cool.
They need to bring in somebody to react to skins
Watch
from
the
now on.
border, okay.
They sound so much better having Paul react.
That is so. I love the logo. That is so great.
And the
So
dog
what,
is just
new-
a lion, I guess.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, that's what happens.
It's so high pitched, the voice, dude.
Yeah. The pentakill.
Pentakill.
That is super awesome. So yeah,
pretty
they, you know, excited to see that one in action. Again, November 16th.
I'm confused
so
by
super cool.
why
though.
they
And
went
get
full
World
gold
Championship skin.
because it's
So all of
kinda
that,
just like
all
a
the
gold
skins
skin,
we
but
just saw are actually
still cool
part
for
of the
Pittsburgh
digital
Knights.
loot pack. That digital loot pack, which you can get in game, also comes with the Divine Wind avatar. It comes with Fountain Skin, Elkin level up.
They
a
should
player
have
title,
Scylla
and a
ult
chest
like
roll.
this.
And
Like,
I
she
mean,
should
just
have,
so
like,
many things, including
had a
all of
different
those
animation
skins,
to
which
go
are
with Paul,
super
like,
great.
off to the
and
side.
That digital loot pack will be available in game for 1,500 gems with the release of this update. But that's not all. If you liked everything you saw there and are like, man, I want even more awesome stuff, you can actually get the SWZ swag bundle. This is an amazing bundle that's actually on sale right now as we're talking. It went on sale technically today, so y'all can go pick it up. But that comes with an original art postcard, the Smite
They
World
can have
Championship
anybody
hat
who
that you
plays
can see
Smite
there,
react. It doesn't
the
have to be
SWC
pros
zip-up
or
hoodie,
content
which is
creators,
awesome.
just
It
like
has the
community
SWC
members that are
logo
known.
and all the different like roles. And you'll also get the Season 8 wall flag signed by SPL players, and that will come with the digital loot pack. So this is $60. It's on sale right now. You get all of that stuff, and if you get the actual swag bundle, you
That's
will
like the
get a
Cooper
digital
hat.
code that you can redeem in game to
it's
have
not
all
bad.
of those
It's pretty
skins
cool.
that we just
Simple.
went over, all 4 of them, plus all that other stuff, the avatars, fountain skin, everything. So make sure you get these. They are limited number, so you got to make sure you act fast. You know, if you want one, don't sit on it. You got to get in there and get them before they're gone. But yeah, it ships worldwide, so don't be afraid to get it, regardless of where you live. If you're excited for Smite World Championships, get the gear, get the hype, get all of those awesome skins as well. I mean, I'm super excited about it. I'm excited. I'm gonna wear that hat literally all the time. So again, make sure you get on that. So
Buy
that
them,
is
chat.
available.
Buy them.
Paul
Buy
said
them
it.
all, dude.
His skin, yeah, you see that skin in there? He knows what he's talking about. He's obviously Smite Brain.
Got
So
good
awesome.
taste.
Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all check that out. Again, available today for pre-order. You'll get everything in, and then again when the update goes live, you'll get all that stuff in game too. So don't miss your chance because again, limited supply. So let's move on. We have more skins actually to talk about. Lots of cool skins. So the Odyssey in 8.11 will bring 2 new skins. One of which is plushie Tiamat. So let's see what Tiamat's looking like.
Another plushie skin.
Cute. So cute.
I love the little eyes are just and the little teeth.
A skin, man.
I mean, right? Look at it. That's not.
I want to see the little
threatening at all.
minions.
It's adorable.
I don't know how they come up with this stuff, dude.
I mean, I agree. I totally agree. I absolutely
Hell yeah,
love
Tally,
all the
thank
little
you.
buttons and everything, and I bet all of our little minions are so adorable too. Like, it's gonna be annoying
Cute
when
but
you're being hit
deadly.
by like the little lizards. But
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. Yeah, the minions, dude.
Yeah,
Oh boy, dude.
super pumped. Let's hear the voice line. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Buttons, check. Bows, check. Cuteness, big check. All right, world, it's Tiamat's time.
It is Tiamat time. That's so great. All right,
Big
next
check
up
for
we have
cuteness.
Oni. Oh yeah, double check. Next up we have Oni, Ronin, On Her. So let's see what the On Her drip.
Ooh, I didn't know it was an honor skin.
Ooh, that
I
looks
glanced
good.
over it and didn't realize it was honor.
And he looks massive. Look at like the little people in the foreground. That's horrifying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's clean.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I love
That's
the
clean. Show the
fireballs
auto.
above
I just
the
want to
head.
see
Yeah.
if it's the javelin looks good when
It
he
has
throws
like a
it.
flame crown.
Oh, what the
Yeah,
heck?
that's a fucking
he's
clean
fire,
ass
dude.
skin. That's sick.
He is just like fire. Yeah,
That's not Agni, man. It's on her.
true. You're right. It is gonna be tricking people out. I love it, and the blue too. Let's hear what the voice line sounds like.
I can taste the thrill of battle.
Okay.
Fire can taste. All right, so last but not least, we have the Winter Wonderland chest, and this one has a Ginger Dread Baba Yaga. So let's see Baba.
Oh. Oh, that's sick, dude.
That is sick. You got the.
It's like,
Oh
What
Much
do you
love
say?
from Minnesota.
no, I was just gonna say, look at the like little.
I feel like this skin
gingerbread
should have
man
come
stuck to
out,
the house
like-
back there.
Last patch.
oh yeah, I didn't even notice that, dude. It's right in the back.
What's up, Mookie? Thank you for the
Yeah.
2
It
months.
reminds me of that fairy tale, dude, with like the witch in the house or whatever, and it like lures the kids in or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hansel and
What was that,
Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel?
Yeah, Hansel and Gretel. Yeah. No,
Didn't
yeah,
they
I
do
believe it
something
was
with
five,
Hansel and
yeah.
Gretel already or some shit? I remember
Okay.
that being like a
Candy
skin in this
apple
game.
on her staff.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be Christmas
Dude,
type
my
theme.
pot's got
You
a
can tell by
thing
her
on it.
fucking like
Oh, it's an
little
oven.
leggings.
It is, dude. It's trying to eat the
Yeah,
kids.
that's a-
It's trying to eat the kids.
Dude.
With a big old whisk.
And
Horrifying.
that staff is a
That's a whisk.
the staff is a kitchen utensil.
Yeah, the what is it, a
Kitchen
whisk, I think?
utensil. This motherfucker
Dude, that's
doesn't know
great.
his words.
Yeah, yeah.
This is gold.
That's so good. Let's hear the voice.
I'm telling
line.
you, you have someone like Paul react to all the skins, and it's 1,000 times better.
They're to die for.
Yeah, like you said,
Things been
she's trying to
extremely
eat
busy
people.
from here, mate. I
Yeah.
have moved into my unit.
All
What's up,
right,
Killer?
well,
Thank you for the
that
resub,
does it
brother.
Didn't realize
for
my
the
subs
skins in the
knew I
normal
missed
update.
the
Obviously,
honor skin
we have
because
something else to
6
talk about here in
Thank
just
you,
a
freak.
second. But I want to thank y'all. Thank you, Paul, for being here and for checking out those skins with us. I guess we'll
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, I guess we'll see you later in Smite. But next up, let's check out some Transformers. We'll see y'all in a second.
Now the Transformers. They slightly nerfed Cleo, yeah. Her she takes more damage when she's in the walls, and then her ult does a little bit less damage.
Peace through tyranny.
Bro, I swear to God, if that gets my fucking video demonetized, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Welcome back, Smite fans and friends and everybody. You can see we have Melgo Animate here with us. How you doing, Mel?
What's good? What's good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Right on, yeah.
I love that. The Optimus Prime hat, too. That's looking great.
You like that? Dude, this was my newborn son. I had somebody commissioned somebody to make a little Optimus Prime hat for him. That's how big of a Transformers fan I was. I had to kind of like imprint it on my kids. You know what I'm saying?
That is so great. So before we start, you want to introduce yourself real quick, and then we'll dive into the fun.
Yeah, so my name is Mel. I'm actually the Smite outsourcing manager. But I work very closely with the internal Smite team on this, with the entire team on the Transformers Battle Pass. So yeah, it's me. Hi.
Awesome. Super excited to have you, and super excited to talk about Transformers. First up, we're just going to dive right into the Battle Pass. We have Optimus Prime Geb. So let's see it.
Oh, there he is.
I love that
My
card art.
man.
Such a great, and just, I mean, what else is there to say other than it's amazing? That's Optimus Prime.
Yeah, it doesn't get more iconic than that.
That's
you
fucking
know?
that's
He's the
clean
man,
as shit,
the myth,
dude.
the legend.
And,
That's
yeah,
oh
look
my
at that.
God,
The way,
why is that
like, when he converts into
transformation
the truck,
fucking
that is
flawless?
So cool. I absolutely love it.
Why is that so clean?
I'm gonna have to become a Geb main just to do that like 1,000 times. That change of form is so great.
Yeah.
So let's start out by hearing a voice line real quick. Let's see what he sounds like.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. I am Optimus Prime.
Oh, I got chills.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes. Straight chills.
Literally shaking with excitement. You know, I don't think that's enough Optimus Prime. Let's go in game. We have to see this in game. Oh, it looks
the iconic silhouette.
Yes.
There's no mistaking him for anybody else.
Bro, why? And his autos actually look good.
I totally agree.
Oh my God, his 2 is nuts.
The sound effects.
His 2 is fucking sick.
Yes, the ability sound effects sound so good.
I love the way that converting into the truck, and the way that like it shows. Oh, Vulcan's back. And
the way the trailer comes in. When he converts,
that's
the trailer just kind of like
why that ult is so dramatic. Holy fuck!
It's so sick.
Yeah, such a great indicator
Flames
of
come
that,
out
like
the
the way
top.
that ability plays out.
Yeah.
Autos are dope. They gave Geb good autos on the skin for once.
Vulcan cannot.
Geb
hold us
jungle,
down.
hell
He
yeah,
would
dude.
beat Vulcan every time. That is so great. So let's. I want to see the ult so bad.
Best Geb skin.
Ooh. Yeah, that's fucking.
That
good.
is so satisfying.
It is so satisfying, and fans will note that what he's holding up there is the Matrix of Leadership. So really trying to be true, really trying to get that one in there for the fans. So
yeah, for sure.
cool.
And like that was a lot of our kind of like goal was to try and just call back as many things as we could from the show that fans would appreciate, that fans would recognize. You know, because we are fans.
I know you're like
everybody
drifting
who
with
worked
that
on
shit.
it in some way, shape, or form has been a fan of Transformers. It's been in their life for years at this point, almost 40 years. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
and he's like, yeah, dude, I'm 20 fucking too.
Even just from talking to some of the people that like worked more intimately with this, everybody has been so hype about this. It was so hard to keep a lid on this thing as long as we did. So we're hyped to show it off, and that VXG is so great. Converting into the truck and just being able to cruise around is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Roll
yeah.
out.
And then there's a different transformation when he does his VXG to when he does the rollout. So it should be hopefully really clear for players to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, to not like an ability
trailer aside.
Yeah, of course. So that is super
That
awesome.
is so good though. Like, holy fuck!
I can see what you mean.
If you actually think about the fact that the VXG right there, where he just like whips around right into it, and it's super smooth.
That y'all put in the
bro,
work to
you
make
play
sure
games
that was
like
clear.
fucking Fortnite and shit, and that you can't even
that's
run
just so
smooth,
awesome.
let alone have
And
some
the sound
crazy
effects
animation.
and, like the voice acting is amazing. love everything about it. I can't stop talking about it.
Smite card is back. The true.
The flames coming out the top, dude. Oh god, that's so good.
Again, there's like every time we do a battle pass like this, I get new mains. I become a new main for a new god every time.
So like those are your key details too for gameplay, right? So like the trailer comes in and then the flames kick on. Like those are key details that, you know, when Geb is like at full speed, I believe that's when they're timed for. So it's just not a nice little subtle nods that we could raise the cool factor on these skins, you know, but then also have it work for gameplay.
Yeah, and that's awesome to hear. I mean, it's crazy how much detail goes into all of this. There's the gameplay side and the aesthetic side.
I did, Razy. You gonna give me that pair,
fan
dude?
side, where you just want to squeeze every ounce of awesome that you can into something as cool as this. So this is incredible. Love to see it.
Incredible work.
So
seriously.
Yeah. What was that?
I was just gonna say he doesn't really care about the environment. I was just
yeah.
He's just spewing that COT out of his pipes.
Right. It's the battleground. They have bigger problems right now. Awesome.
Said Razy, did you give me that pair?
Next up,
those are my
in this,
grails.
Battle pass, we actually have Starscream Jingwei.
If they make Jingwei look cool,
ooh, that looks so good.
Look at that.
So excited.
I hate Jingwei. She's so boring.
Yeah, look at that. The smirk on his face. I love it.
Yeah,
so
he just
much.
you could tell he just took a pot shot at somebody and he's really happy and proud of himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scumbag. I love Starscream.
Look at him. How could you not? Oh, look at that. Conversion.
You see how sick that conversion is?
Good. Yeah, I couldn't not. My eyes could
that
close.
was,
I could just feel it.
That was so difficult. Like, I mean, it was difficult. Okay, don't get me wrong, it was difficult because there's never been anything like that in Smite before where we've like converted into something completely different, you know, and then so seamlessly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Seamlessly is such a good word to describe that. That shit is fucking nuts.
Let's hear what Starscream sounds like. I want to hear the voice.
A new age is upon us. I nominate myself as your leader.
Wow.
Love it.
Yeah, very smug.
Yeah.
You know, we're Transformers hype. Let's go in game. Let's see this in game.
People with
So excited to see this
keen
again.
ears would be able to tell who the voice actor is for that.
Yeah, I actually heard we have.
It actually
voice
just looks
actors from
smoother than the
most
actual
recent
skin.
Show, actually, so these are
the autos
the
are
voices.
dope.
Like these are. We got that's it. Like that's why probably one of the reasons they sound as amazing as
That
they
is
do.
fucking sick.
We're being very true to the characters here. That passive with the converting to the jet to fly out of base and so clean.
Super clean. Oh my gosh. Look at
Sounds are good too.
That looks so good.
Those conversions are so seamless. Like I can't tell you the amount of like hard work the animation team, the rigging team, like everybody put into to make this like as smooth and seamless as possible. It's highly commendable, and I just it shows, and I hope everybody can appreciate, like everybody who like all the fans can just appreciate how incredible it is.
I mean,
That's a
it's
sick back.
just watching every time it converts. Again, it
We're playing
seems so
Jingwei.
true because the movements they have those like jumping in and actually having to get into that conversion. It's not instant. It's not like it has that conversion period, but it's so seamless. From
Those
the actual
animations are
regular movement
fucking
that,
glorious.
I can't stop watching it.
For the two, like the two just is nice. Shit is crazy clean.
And these sound effects are so clean. That is exclusively how I'm traveling the map. I'm going to convert. Oh god!
Dude just takes off.
That's what happens. You convert into the jet and you fly across the
And
map.
you move it. Yeah, you move at Mach 5.
Super speed.
I love
That
that
is
when he
so
laughs. When you do the ultimate, he does that evil Starscream laugh. It's so good.
Yeah. Absolutely love it. I'm super excited to see this in game and play this in game. So next up, in the Transformers Battle Pass, we have Megatron Raw. So let's look at that. Starscream had that smug look. Yeah, Megatron is angry. absolutely love it.
This
I
one
love all
better
the
be
colors,
fucking
too.
the
Like, that
best out of
blue
all of them,
backdrop
so
is
you can actually play a fun
great.
god.
Big Papa Megatron.
And then they show the one they did. They showed it like 8 times.
Look at that cannon.
Oh, that's so clean.
Oh,
look at that.
Holy fuck.
Conversion to the
Yes.
tank.
So clean. Oh, I could just watch those all day. I can't stop being in love with every one of these conversions. It's so nice looking.
Same. It just gets better the more you watch.
Gem
it.
is not fun. Jingwei is not fun. Raw is fun.
Lines, the
So I hope Raw
detail,
skin is better
the way,
than the other
the way
skins.
it like still transforms after he gets into position. Like as he
Yeah.
comes out of the tank and as he goes into the tank, you can see all these little pieces kind of fitting in and stuff. Like that was all on purpose. Like we had to think about like how do we want this transformation to look.
Yeah, super awesome. Let's hear let's hear what he sounds like.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. You will do exactly as I say.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I think I will. All right, let's see this in game. I mean, we got to see all of them in game, obviously. All right, so a little addendum. You'll see that we might not have leveled up some abilities down there in the bar. Turns out Megatron is too strong. He's been fighting and conquering things for so long
The
that
abilities are bugged.
certain abilities are currently too strong for the battleground. So we
GG,
won't be
we
able
won't
to
get to
show
see the
off
1 or the 3,
the
bro.
1 or the 3 right now.
That's
just
a
for the
sick ult
sake of
though.
keeping things moving along. But look at that ult. The sound of the
Tank
conversion.
conversion.
Look at the tank.
Alright,
is
am I
so
trolling? Or like, if you
And
use
I
the
love hearing this in
VXG
the
for
audio
that and you're
every
running around like
time
that, wouldn't it be
conversion
really hard to
sound that
like,
it makes.
I don't know, hit certain abilities? I feel like it would throw me off.
Are just too good.
Because you're so low to the ground.
It makes it a whole experience.
Granted, I guess there's other gods that are like that, but that shit is, they're like really low to the ground.
And I know we
like
can't
that.
show it, but when this does make it to PTS and people are looking at it, check out his line ability for a special treat. There's a little bit of an Easter egg.
Autos are good.
Yeah, I have heard that, and since we can't show it off, I agree. I think that this should be something that yeah, when y'all get to try it out in PTS, just keep an eye on that one ability. Maybe once you figure it out, maybe tweet at us and let us know what you found. It's really cool, and again, like a lot of these skins, it's going to be something that the fans are going to really appreciate. Oh my gosh!
Epic.
Nice.
You'll notice
wave.
Vulcan was too afraid to attack Megatron, so that's why. Man. Well, that is absolutely incredible. I'm super excited about it, and again, these are skins that are coming.
They're not
out
saying
with the Battle Pass on
transformation
November
because
16th, but
they
we're
want to
quite
get
done
like
yet.
we're talking about
Next
more of
up,
the
we
detail
have
of like how
G1
everything
Optimus Prime.
collapses into
So
one.
let's see what
Because
G1
obviously
Optimus
Transformers, you're just gonna keep saying it over and over again. You're gonna oversay
That
it.
art is clean.
and classic too. Oh,
Very nostalgic.
The Gil skins
right? Like,
alt
I'm
fix
getting
it. What do you
tingles,
mean?
You know, it's like this is just look
Yeah,
at it.
the old style.
Like literally just from the show. It's so good.
Oh, it's like I'm 10 years old again. Looking at it.
Right?
It's so good.
Back to a simpler, to a happy place. It looks super
Got a big-
exciting.
Big salad bowl full of Cocoa Puffs in front of me. Just eating
Exactly.
in front of the TV.
Yeah, eyes literally glued to the screen, watching Optimus do his thing. Like, could not agree more. We also have a G1 Starscream, Jingwei, that we can show off. And again, just look at it's just the art style. It's so good. And there's these little like details that are a little different. So good. And
I like
just watching
the
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna brag about the conversions again. What you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say, so I really like the non-prestige skins, but then like when I see these prestige ones, I'm like, I go gaga over them because I'm just like, this is. It feels like home, you know? Feels
Yeah.
warm and comfortable.
and on Megatron, and horrifying and threatening. But speaking of Megatron, we have G1 Megatron.
Thank you very much for all your videos
So
and
wild.
explaining stuff.
Thank
Made
you,
me a better
Zane.
Oh,
player.
and look at that.
Thank you, dude.
Front
He's
and
still
center.
angry. Yeah. Doesn't matter which version. Still angry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a Saturday morning cartoon or not. Megatron is just gonna be angry.
Yeah, he does it well. Look at I love those the bold lines. They look so good.
Same. I think
Yeah,
the G1 skins
highlights.
are my personal favorite.
For sure.
For sure. And it's worth noting with all of the G1 skins that the team actually had a lot of original G1 sound effects that we were given to work into these skins. So a lot of them really they'll feel equally nostalgic as you play them because they feature actual G1 sound effects. So that'll be something to look out for as you're getting into these skins is just not
Dude,
only the
Hi-Rez
visual
doing
appeal,
this,
but the audio is
I
going to be
guarantee you just opens
so
them up
clean.
to so many more fucking
Nothing not to
opportunities.
love. And
Like, you see
that
Hi-Rez
actually
do
does it. So
this
the
with
Battle Pass
Transformers, and
has
you're a
those
company
skins
that's not
as
in the
well
game
as,
yet.
like every other Battle Pass, a huge array of other items you can win as you progress throughout the tracks. There's loading frames, jump stamps. There's
Hey,
even
thank
a
you,
loading
Zane.
frame that
Appreciate you, man.
that changes based on what
Thank you,
character
thank you.
you're using. So there's really a ton of work into it, and y'all should make sure to check it out. But other than that,
Converts.
yeah, exactly. Other than that,
That's
thank
awesome.
y'all so much. Today was incredible. We had so many cool things to talk about. Some really big changes to the balance coming in 8R11, and then the Transformers Battle Pass, which we here